We got another RuneScape video today, another update video, another update in general. This is good. This is a very, very good one in my opinion. There's some bad things, but we'll talk about it. Combat achievements have come out. This is really good. Um, this one right here, the Grandmaster defeat YAMA in an average of 2 minutes 34 seconds over the course of 4 kills. This is a melee task. I knew it was going to happen. I'm not mad about it. I think this is good. I do think this is good. Under 230 would have been severe. So 234 is perfect. It's a little odd, but I think it's perfect. The sub 3 minute one, you can easily do this with a duo and with magic still, but easier with melee. This is really good what they did here. You can kill the boss with mage. If you want to sweat out for the CAs, you got to use melee. You got to learn it. I'm okay with this. I'm actually okay with this. It's good. It's really good, especially because all the contracts they're not mandatory to do with melee. You're gonna see, or you have seen a lot of people do them with magic. I haven't done the contracts yet. They're more approachable though. I'm gonna get my blue over first. I'm on that grind. Might cover that on the account in this video towards the end, but yeah, I'm a big fan of these combat achievements. They're gonna push people to get better, including me, and they're not crazy ridiculous. 234 is so doable with a really good duo that's gotten melee down. I think that's solid. Defeat Yama while as Shadow Dancer and Firefighter, and then Back So Soon are done as well. This is pretty cool. Firefighter defeat Yama without getting hit by fire, and then Shadow Dancer is not getting hit by shadows. The Back So Soon defeat Yama without taking damage by the judge with the wrong style. Or attacking the judge with the wrong style and without taking damage more than one instance going in. So, yeah, basically do a perfect kill and, yeah, do a perfect kill. I think you can take damage off prayer, though. The one that's really interesting for me is the defeat Yama without anyone healing using any other food than plain pizza and without drinking any potions. I really like that. It's pretty cool. Obviously, it's a magic one. You got to flick your prayers. But that one's really cool to do with your duo. And it makes you, that's going to push you to get better if you can't do stuff like that already in the game. So overall, Yama contracts, W. And what has changed with the fight? What are the tweaks? For this is just overall what they changed for like drop rates, tweaks to like fixing the boss, bugs, and stuff like that. The updated Chasm of Fire overhead icon so if you're killing demons down in the bottom of the chasm, the colors are going to be they're better. They have better consistency. Green for range, blue for mage, yellow for special attack, red for melee, purple for binding spells. I haven't killed any of these because I've been doing other stuff in the game. Right now, I did an armor task, pulled a hilt, and right now I got a black demon task, so I'm doing demonics because I don't have it green logged yet. Chasm of Fire teleport now teleports you into right in front of the voice of Yama. This one is massive, man. This one is so good. The Master Teleport scroll now uses the correct icon. Cool. That was supposed to happen like 2 weeks ago, I thought, but we got it this week. Elite clues are now 1 out of 30, so 1 out of 66. Also huge. Haven't done Yama since the clues dropped because I've been busy with school and with other stuff, and that is awesome. I'll take that. In the case that you don't receive a contract upon killing a demon with the eligible style, you'll get a second ash drop letting you know that you killed them correctly. I think that's a good idea. Also, I think that makes you get better prayer if you either bury the ashes or if you have the urn on you, get more prayer XP. So, not a bad update. Fix the bug where the dragon and burning claws were not guaranteeing their second hit. I thought that was going on. I didn't know. Obviously, it was. This is good. This is cool. I'm cool with it. I'm very happy with it. The dossier no longer mentions the lockbox when opening it. Okay. The collection log now displays the correct dossier icon. Surge potion now has a 6-tick delay in PvP. And then if you move more than 15 tiles, attack energy will not restore if player moves more than 15 tiles. I'm not really into PvP. And you can't pot up over 100%. I didn't even know you could pot up over 100%. I didn't think you could, but if you could, that's awesome. Crushing the Infernal Shale now guarantees fair returns. You can still get multiple crushed Infernal Shales per Infernal Shale chiseled, but you're guaranteed to get at least as many as you crushed. Yeah, that was annoying. I bought all my Infernal Shell in the GE. I can't imagine being an Iron Man having to mine that. Ugh. It's a grind. It's a grind to make this armor. Fix the bug where players could use the wet cloth to bypass the mining requirement. That's kind of funny. The Infernal Pickaxe no longer processes the Infernal Shell. Increase the buy limit of contracts from 5 to 50. That's pretty good. Right now I'm buying Awakening Orbs for my Blorba. Scarred extracts now work as expected with Aether runes. Okay. And when using Daylight Essence, that's good. Added an empty option to Barrel of Demonic, so you just empty it, put it in your bank. You can no longer use an imp box or gym to smuggle the rag out. I don't even know what that means, but sure. Fix a bug where the screen fading to black had a permanent duration if you entered as your friend left. That's kind of funny. Oathplate armor set now has the correct icon. The GE Oathplate shards now appear in the YAMA collection log. Thank goodness. Can we actually take a look at that? Can we take a look at that for a second? Let me take a look at that. Is it fixed? Oh my god, it's fixed. Look at that, dude. That's awesome. Look at that. That's really cool. Cool. We'll take that. Correct icon. They fixed it, man. Dragon Chain isn't there anymore. How about we check the pet? Is the pet there? Oh, the pet's there. Okay, they got it right this time. Remove Dragon Chain Body from YAMA Collection. Well, we just saw that. The player cost of Worm, Catalyst, and Shard contracts now better reflect the value of their rewards. Remove the agility shortcut icons from the bottom of the floor. So they increase the rewards for the Shards, Catalysts, and Worms if you complete the contract. I like that. So they buff rewards from contracts for the lower level ones. They fixed a lot of stuff here. Diabolic Worms can be now added to Tackle Box. I mean, they fixed so much stuff. Rebalance those your rewards. Teleport scrolls now appear less frequently in higher quantities. We already covered this last week. Increase the drop rate of the Radiant contracts and reduce the rate of Horn and Oathplate contracts. Void Flames now apply, or Void Flares now apply any special on hit effects correctly. Fix an issue where staff and special attacks would consume special energy even if you were out of range due to the range reduction effects like myopia and sensory clouding. So those are updates they already did, but they're just covering those again. YAMA contracts related tweaks. Contract of Bloody Blows. YAMA's HP is reduced or increased by 20%, which actually means it's reduced by 20% because it was 40%. Contracts of Glyphic Attuation. Jesus, I cannot say the word Intuition. YAMA's HP is incorrectly increased by 15% down from 25, so it's a 10% difference there. Decreased the health by 10%. I think that's good. I think the health was too much. There's a lot of people that said the health was too much. They say it in this paragraph right here. Before I read that, on the topic of contract of Bloody Blows, they lowered the penetration that you do from 10% to 5%. So if you really look at Bloody Blows, if they reduced the HP by 40%, and then they they reduced your damage by 5%, it's actually like a 15% difference. But it's not one for one because one's damage and then one's actually just like a fixed amount of health. So damage is RNG. So it's not one for one, but it's very close. I think that's a good update because people, on top of all the adjustments, they were complaining that P3 was better than P1 and 2. P1 and 2 were kind of a slog. So now you go into P2 at 75%. You go into P3 at 50%. So you're spending half the health in P3 for the contracts. This means you'll spend more time taking on the toughest part of the fight, but the HP reductions should mean that the kills are a bit snappier. I haven't done the contracts yet, like I said, so we'll see. Contracts of Glyphic Intuition. Players with high prayer bonuses gain a damage increase. We've made this damage bonus larger at the higher thresholds. That's good. I mean, yeah. Players with higher prayer bonuses gain a damage increase. I mean, yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't think. I guess we have stuff like. Yeah, we. I'm pretty sure we already have stuff like that in the game. But it's just, yeah, I like that. Void flares in duo contracts no longer always spawn with 140 HP, making them easier to solo and occasionally while more manageable with a duo. It's no longer possible to splash with void flares in the contracts of bloody blows. These are. They said these are changes they are gonna make, but I don't know if they've been made yet. So if these aren't out in the game yet, it is what it is. Remove the tile ragging mechanic. I like that, but when the oath plate and the harmony contract, or yeah, the oath plate acquisition and the harmony contract, they are still there. The ragging mechanic is remove the demon bane restriction from all contracts. That should have just been done day one. That's obvious, right? It's a demon, and you're not gonna let us use our demon bane weapons on the hardest fight. Shout out to the people who did it. First, if you look, No Monkey put a video out that said he was the 4th in the world, but he was actually 6th in the world. He had to change the thing for that. If you come over here, shout out to King Condor. I don't care how you feel about him, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Great exchange tax. This is the doozy right here, right? GE tax is going to be now 2%. Items under 50% aren't going to be taxed because then it'll be less than a coin. Tax of 5 mil remains in place. Or a 5 mil cap remains in place. I don't think it's bad. It does feel like JAgex hates the main game. I think this tax was actually implemented because merching's out of hand and Oathplate dropped instantly when it came out because it was being bought and sold a ridiculous amount by all the whales. Even as a max main right now, I have like 170 mil and pretty much all the main items that you need in the game to do all the content. And I am, you know what I mean? Like after another 6 months of playing this game, even if I'm playing it heavy, I'm going to have so much money. So as much as I hate this and I don't want them just taking money out of the game from us, it needed to happen. However, they kind of botched the rest of this, right? So we get a 2% tax on this stuff, and they're not gonna tax like lower level food, and stuff like that anymore. But this is the good thing. They added burning claws to the item sync. I think that's really good. They increased taking fangs out, light bearers out, arcane prayer scrolls, dex prayer scrolls, dragon hunter lances, dragon pickaxes. This I all agree with. They increase the tax, and then they say, meanwhile, they're going to reduce these items being taken out of the game, Special Spirit Shield, Arcane Spirit Shield, and the Kodai Wand, right? And then finally, after reviewing the performance, they're going to take all these weapons out of the game. So Sarah Sword, Warrior Ring, Sears Ring, Panda's Boots, the Cudgels, Hydra Claw, Kraken, Tentacles, Trident of the Seas, Fool, Occult Necklaces, which is really strange why they're not taking that out, Preserver Prayer Scrolls, and then Kodai Insignia. This is why it's strange that they're not taking it out. That's where it is. Some items on this list might be too low priced in most cases. The real issue is the sheer volume of these items. We think the GP is better directed towards other, more effective syncs. But you just doubled the tax, bro. So if the money is better allocated on other items in the game, why not just keep these on the table? Increase all of these, and now it's fixed. Now all that extra money you just put towards all the other items you just added to the table, plus the existing items. So you're taking even more out of the game. Taking the fang out of the game or more fangs out of the game is the best thing it can do. Hopefully it shoots back up to like 30 mil because that's what it is worth at least, right? The Dragon Hunter Lance too, man. That's a good weapon. I agree with this, but it doesn't make sense on the latter end. Like, if you're gonna take money from us, take more items out of the game. Don't just take less of the same item out of the game. That doesn't work. It's all for a healthy economy. Sure, that's what they say down here, but it's like, man, I don't know. It's like you do one thing and then you do something else to like counterbalance it. So it doesn't make any sense. Plus, these rings are already not worth anything. Just keep taking them out. Just keep taking them out. And then, yeah, shape the future of player support. I'm not even going to go over that. Oh, didn't want to click on that. I think these pins are awesome, though. Where's other updates? Other updates, yeah, other changes. They hit it today. It's under all the merch and everything. Burning logs at bonfire now offers the same XP as traditional fire making, though they'll still be used at a slower rate than lighting them manually. Man, they snuck that one in there, didn't they? I feel like we voted on that. I feel like people were upset about it, and then they just throw it in at other changes. That's kind of crazy. Players entering through Gothic Sport or Castle Wars, so no one cares. Dragon Claws have regained their second hit passing logic. So I looked that up. It looks like right here, if the second strike is the first to hit, the total is between 0.75x and 1.75x of the original max hit, or about 2.5x of the original successful hit. So if you didn't know what that is, now you know what that is. The Master Clue Roll box now uses the correct icon for the Colossal Worm Teleport. Players no longer smuggle non-combat items into Soul Wars. And this right here, we've probably seen this before, but I don't remember. They identified what accounts were affected last week from the bug that gave them 2 defense, and they gave them 1 defense back for their pures. That's all I have for you today. Please like, subscribe, comment. Thank y'all. Be easy.